Under no circumstance should you ever tell yourself you are trying out YouTube for just 6 months. The moment you say that, just know that you are setting yourself up and preparing yourself for disappointment. YouTube is so complicated and so unpredictable. And for that matter, this timeline you have set for yourself will only guarantee you failure. I'll be telling you what real timeline for success on YouTube looks like. I'll also be telling you how to prepare mentally for you to be ready for the long-term game. But first of all, I'm going to be telling you the bitter truth about why the most common YouTube timeline fails. The first 6 months on YouTube will be so challenging and so frustrating. In fact, it will really beat the hell out of you. I personally gave up on this my channel for a period of time for this same poor expectation. Let me first start by telling you why I almost gave up on my channel. I used to try harder creating content on different niches. I used to spend several hours trying to confuse the algorithm about who my videos are meant for. When you're also just starting out with same poor expectations, your channel is most likely to go this same direction. And this will even make you burn out faster before even getting to the 6th month. You definitely also wouldn't be seeing any massive results. This is where you are tempted to change your channel or even give up entirely. But once you don't give up and you still keep pushing, you are going to have years of experience, a solid foundation of skills and mental toughness that would only come after you've pushed through these difficult times. The algorithm actually rewards creators who are consistent. It rewards creators who show up regularly. It certainly rewards creators who build engaged communities. The algorithm will reward you if you gradually improve on your videos. The sad thing is, the algorithm will take a lot of time to know who you are and the kind of audience your videos are meant for. Creators who think long term have patience for this learning curve, whilst creators who think short term get frustrated quickly before the algorithm even figures them out. This period is mainly termed as the period of risk. This is a period where most creators usually give up or bury their channel. The truth is usually painful and sour. And for that matter, you should be told that your first 6 months are going to be painfully frustrating. Your videos will barely get views and new subscribers within this period. Comments are something that might never even happen on your videos. At this stage, progress seems to be impossible. It is even very difficult for you to see if there's any progress happening. But here's what I learned after coming back from my long break, and I'm going to share everything with you. What I have to tell you is that the frustration you feel isn't completely your fault. It is predictable. You are not alone. It is exactly what every successful creator in this space went through before finally becoming successful. Now that I have been able to maneuver my way out of this phase, I'm going to help you do same because I've experienced it. So here is your advantage if you are thinking long term. Whilst everyone is looking for shortcuts and hacks and ways to gain the system, you are building something sustainable. You are actually building real skills. You are creating real value, and you are as well building authentic relationship with your audience. When that compound effect finally kicks in, and definitely it will, you will have something that lasts. You will have something that can never be taken away by the algorithm changes or platform updates. You will certainly become very good at what you do. That's the advantage of the long-term game. With that said, thinking years rather than months isn't just realistic. It's actually your secret weapon you would use to succeed on YouTube. But before you even get discouraged, let's look at what the actual numbers tells us about YouTube success. There's a statistics that says that most YouTubers quit YouTube before even getting to their 30th video. Most of them quit during these difficult stages. You know the feeling you get when you've done all the hard work and there seem to be nothing to show for it. That is exactly what this phase feels like. It is what your YouTube channel goes through during the early days. Your channel looks like nothing special, your view counts are low, and you seem not to get any subscribers. This is exactly where you feel like you can't bear this anymore, and all that comes to your mind is to quit. But at this point, this is where something very beautiful is happening to your channel that you don't realize. The problem is we are consistently fed with stories about how new creators blew up within a short period of time. This is where we hear a creator has gained over 1 million subscribers within a year. But the sad thing is, they fail to tell us that other creators also build their huge audience over a long period of time. They fail to consistently remind us about this, but rather consistently talk about creators who have gained a lot of success within a short period of time. The reality is that success on YouTube doesn't just come overnight. Even if you work hard to achieve it, you still have to work hard to sustain it. So you should note that the most successful channels on YouTube follow the same pattern or system. They are built to last longer, but not to impress people in 1 month. Try as much as possible to be realistic and always aim for your videos to match your vision. For me, there's so much more I want for my channel, but I currently do not have enough skills or resource to get my channel where I want it to be. And guys, that's just me trying to be very sincere or realistic with you. All I can do, which is in my power, is to get incrementally better at each upload I do. This is only possible in a matter of time, so you should also be aiming for the same realistic target. The next time you are getting worried about low numbers, just remember that low numbers do not matter. What matters is the skills you are developing and the consistency you are building. The foundations that you are laying for the long-term success are the only things that matters. The only comparison worth making is your first video versus your current video. Now that you understand why 6 months isn't enough time, let me show you what you are actually trying to master during the first 6 months of your difficult journey. Most people think YouTube is actually very simple. You just film a video, upload it, and wait for views. YouTube success requires complex sets of skills that has to come together. Some of these skills include scripting, filming, and editing. These are the basic skills that anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel first of all thinks of, without even putting into consideration designing your video's thumbnail, optimizing your videos, writing your video descriptions and tags. All these sets of skills will come together to influence the growth that you desire. And sustaining this growth is also a different thing. Even with all these things I mentioned, I even forgot to mention content consistency and posting schedule. Your ability to connect with your audience and build an engaged community is something that will be very crucial. So while all these are going on, you also have to juggle with understanding the algorithm signals. On top of that, you also have to understand how the platform decides who to see your video. Having said all these, it will be so unrealistic for you to master all these skills within a period of 6 months. Just compare all of these skills you need to succeed on YouTube to a skill that you are a master of. How long did it take you to master that skill? Was it 6 months? Certainly not. Now that we've talked about why the 6 months timeline would fail and the skills you need, let's now talk about the timeline that actually works. YouTube success actually requires patience for the natural growth process. I get comments on some of my videos that why am I talking about views when my own videos seem not to get any views? I smile anytime I see these comments because these people that makes these kind of comments are fixed on short-term goals. They probably have seen similar content somewhere by other creators which have gotten so many views, simply because the videos to those creators have found its audience and mine haven't yet. So if you understand how the YouTube algorithm works, you realize that the YouTube algorithm needs some time to figure out which audience your content are meant for. Having said that, you might also be getting similar comments on your videos. Just don't get worried about them. The thing is, there are some things you cannot rush, and succeeding on YouTube is definitely one. Trees don't grow on your own timeline, they grow on nature's timeline, and that's the same way YouTube works. A more realistic timeline will be I'm committing to this for at least in the next 3 years. Now here's what it actually looks like. Your first year will be learning the basics and finding your own voice. You are going to be making a lot of mistakes and your content wouldn't be where you'd want it to be. You feel like you are not improving fast enough, but that's actually where the invisible foundation is going on. That is developing those skills we talked about earlier. Your second year is when you start refining everything. This is where you understand your audience much better and you've also built consistent habits. This is where you are getting more comfortable on camera and you also start to understand which content works and which content doesn't. Your second year is actually when you are strengthening your core. Year 3 and above is when the compound effect starts to trickle in. Your expertise starts to show and people begin to trust you. Your content has noticeably improved. The YouTube algorithm starts to understand what you are about. This is where growth becomes very visible and it starts to accelerate. Instead of treating YouTube like a 6-month trial run, you need to treat it like a long-term investment. This is where you are not asking, will this work in 6 months? But rather, you asking how you can get 1% better with each video you upload for the next 3 years. This change of mindset will change everything for you. Now that we've finished talking about a realistic timeline and how to shift your mindset, let's now talk about measuring success so that you don't lose hope whilst you are on your journey. Just like measuring a tea's success by its root depth or trunk, you need to look at different metrics when you are building your YouTube channel. Instead of obsessing over subscriber count or views numbers, you need to start celebrating small wins that actually matters. This is where you start focusing on genuine comments from people who says your video has helped them. Also start focusing on when you finish editing your videos and you feel your video was pretty good. Also start focusing on when you upload consistently for a month without missing a schedule. These aren't just little wins, but they are the core foundation that will lead you to something great and sustainable. Start paying more attention to your progress improvement and not your outcomes. Are you getting faster at editing? Are your thumbnails getting better? Are you getting more comfortable speaking to the camera? Are you also understanding your analytics better? This is where you have to start building systems instead of chasing numbers. Create a template for your thumbnail, develop a consistent posting schedule, build a content calendar, set up a shooting space so that it's always ready for you to go. These might seem boring, but systems are what helps to build consistency. You might also get to a point where your motivation runs down, but since you already have systems built for yourself, this will help you keep going. And here's one important thing: start measuring community rather than audience size. One engaged subscriber who always comments and share your videos is worth more than thousands of subscribers who are just passive subscribers. They never interact or comment on your videos. Focus on building genuine connections with people who find your content more valuable. When you see progress differently, these are reasons why the long-term gain becomes your biggest advantage over creators who are just chasing quick-term gains. The creators who started YouTube years ago and still stuck with it have massive advantages right now. If you are just starting out YouTube or you are feeling stuck with your channel, the best thing for you to do now is to start building where you would want to be in 3 years' time. Having said all these, staying in the small YouTuber category can be so frustrating. I've made a dedicated video putting together all the proven strategies you can follow to escape the small YouTuber category. The video should be up here on your screen for you to check it out. Thank you for watching and see you in that video.